Hi guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Stephen.
And this is F1 Fanatics. Welcome back to the first race preview of the season. We're back, guys. Australia is here. We are going to have some on-track action. The winter break is over. We've survived. We've got there. Ash is gone.
He's gone. We've brought in the reserve driver. That's me. I'm trying to make show off to the higher ups. Try to get more track time.
More airtime.
More airtime. I've been off. I've been trying to prove myself in other series. F1 Fantasy. They're giving me a run out in the preview. Yeah.
Basically, Ash has started a new job and he's doing training for that, and it's made him a little bit difficult in time front. So hopefully he will be back for the Bahrain so we can sack off Stephen.
Oh.
No, joking.
I'll go to another team.
No, it's more a kind of shared responsibility.
I'm open to calls.
All right, Ricardo, calm it down. But you know, we're just very much at the moment. It's a team here at F1 Fanatics, so it's whoever you get on camera. It's a surprise. A weekly surprise.
Oh, yeah.
Or 2 weekly, depending on those races.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're here for a race preview. And if you haven't had an F1 Fanatics race preview before, a quick rundown of what you can look to expect in this episode. So we will start off with some racetrack stats from the, of course, Australian Grand Prix this weekend. And then what better way to kind of see racetrack is by having an actual virtual lap of it, and you will have Mike's amateur lap. Before we kind of give our quick buzzword review of the previous year Grand Prix, the 2019 Australian Grand Prix now, and then we will give our thoughts ahead of this weekend's race before rounding off with a favourite feature of ours, which is the 3 bold predictions from the weekend. You excited?
Yeah.
Are you ready to go?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, you're going to start off.
Oh, God.
You got stats. Here we go.
Okay.
Where are we going?
Okay. We're going to Australia. We are previewing Australia. And where better to start? How long it is. It's 5.3 kilometres, the track circuit. It's quite, it's a decent size. And it's made up of 58 laps. What can you tell us about it?
Well, its first championship round. It had a couple of unofficial ones throughout the years, but its first official World Championship point scoring round was in 1996 at Albert Park. Until 2005, it was kind of the season opener, and then it kind of faded a little bit in and out, but for the past few years, it's been back as the season opener, and it kind of feels right in Australia. It does. When you think season opener, I kind of think of Australia.
Yeah. It's cemented its place there.
Yeah, it kind of does feel natural in terms of that position. And also the lap record is held by a certain Michael Schumacher, which was a 1 minute 24.1, I think 2.5 on terms there. And that was set in the dominating year for Ferrari of 2004 by Michael Schumacher.
How many lap records did he actually set that year?
He set a lot.
I'm pretty sure most of the tracks is that record, and it still stands.
I know when we're doing track comparison, but that 2004 car was very good. That was a very good Ferrari. But yes, but those are track stats, but you can hear some track stats. You can hear some track stats, but you kind of really need to visualise it. You might not be able to wait until the weekend. You can go and watch some race highlights, or you can watch Mike's amateur lap. And I've gone for today's car, a car that, could perform very well. And that is the pink Mercedes, which is Racing Point. I've gone for that, obviously on the F1 2019 car. But it is still the pink Mercedes. So, guys, here is Mike's amateur lap. Enjoy. Hi guys, and welcome back to another Mike's Amateur Lap, the first of the 2020 season, and like I said, we are in the pink Mercedes of the Racing Point, and we have just entered that first DRS zone, and we are all the way up into 8th gear on the straight before coming into turns 1 and 2. A tricky one to navigate and get right and be quick through, and we are in the now 2nd DRS zone before coming into turn 3, which is a tight right-hander before into a smoother throttle control on the right hand on turn 4 before going almost flat out, just kissing and making sure you get the right kind of turning going through turn 5 there. Then we come into the tight 6 and 7. Lots of these kind of tight corners sequences during the lap at the Australian Grand Prix here before going up another acceleration zone again into another tight right and left handers for turn 9 and 10 before accelerating on this back straight. And we are in the kind of cockpit view today, so let me know in the comments whether you prefer cockpit or TV pod. But then coming into turn 11 and 12, I actually find this a really difficult sequence of corners to kind of get the line right to be actually really quick through there. But then into the 3rd DRS zone here before coming into the tighter turn 13, accelerating out, and then turn 14 you can take a lot quicker here, not having to break down before, for me, the hardest corner on the track to get right, locking up there, 15, and then into the last corner of turn 16, and there you go guys, that is a lap of the Australian GP. Hope you've enjoyed and enjoy the rest of the preview. So there you go, another Mike's amateur lap. Still waiting on the teams to call me up and give me a professional contract.
I see now why it's amateur lap. I can see.
Thanks, Stephen. You know, nothing but a bit of brother to help you out there. Just boost you up.
It was a great lap.
I don't know.
For an amateur.
Oh,
I got him again.
Oh, I was up here and then I'm through the floor. I'm down. I'm
never going to beat Braun as a reserve driver again.
No, you're literally you're failing.
I'm making the most of it.
I'm going out and I'm crashing and burning in terms of this. But now we look back at last year's Grand Prix. So I'll start off with Mercedes dominance. Kind of set the tone for the rest of the year, didn't it?
Well,
1-2. Easy finish.
Bottas 2.0, yeah.
He was born in the Australian Grand Prix last year, 2019.
Yeah. And although it wasn't as straightforward for Lewis, he still got second. It was a 1-2. Job done.
Set the tone for very much the early part of the season. There are a lot of those Mercedes 1-2s.
Yeah.
Next up.
I'm going to go for new team, bad start.
And what's that in reference to?
We can just line them up here. Pierre Gasly.
Outside the top 10, wasn't he finished in Red Bull? Not the start he would have wanted.
Just behind the Toro Rosso where he was driving the year before.
That set the tone, didn't it?
We had Carlos Sainz. Obviously his car had enough and was just like, I'm going to set myself on fire.
Yeah, the classic, the set yourself on fire car.
Yeah. And so he didn't finish. First DNF of the year. And then we had...
First start the race actually instant. Daniel Ricciardo.
Danny Rick, of course. He went a bit too far. Not much. Well, you could call it unlucky. Lost his front wing. Caught a... what did he catch?
I think the grass verge was just a little bit high on the side of the track, and it just caught the front wing, which then just kind of ripped it straight off.
Yeah, damaged his floor and whatnot.
Yeah, wasn't great at all. And
he ended up retiring, didn't he?
Indeed.
So, yeah.
You know, Mercedes' dominance set the tone. Gasly's kind of set the tone for his first half of the season. Sainz, though, went on to have a very positive year, and Daniel Ricciardo probably set the tone for his first half of the season. I think he had a few mechanical issues, and it didn't quite kind of plan out, as it wasn't the smoothest running start to life at Renault for him. And my second one, I will go for Max beat Seb. It was around about middle of the race, I think, coming out of turn 2, overtook Sebastian Vettel and just got ahead. And it's really kind of, you know, Max was getting the maximum out of that Red Bull. Yeah. Max getting the max. It's the simple things that make us happy. It is. It has to be said. But yeah, Max, he kind of got the first podium of the season, and he got the maximum out of that Red Bull car in the first half of the season.
It. We heard it the first time.
I wasn't sure if you heard, so I've had to do it again.
Maximum impact.
You didn't laugh the first time.
Pushed it to the max. Because I was giving you the look of no.
Sorry. I apologise, everyone who doesn't like my cheap puns. Sorry.
Yes.
And last one from you.
On to me, I'm going to go for the Grosjean hat-trick. And there's, of course, referring to him failing to finish Australia 3 times in a row.
It's not a hat-trick that you want to score.
No. But, you know, every hat-trick.
The previous year in 2018 lost a tyre. This year, tyre struggled to go on and his left front suspension was damaged. It just went. And he was having a good race. Haas had a good race. They finished best of the rest.
Yeah.
Oh, that certainly didn't set a tone for Haas.
No.
Oh,
well, you
poor
know,
Haas.
the Grosjean not finishing.
I mean, yeah, that did. Yeah, he had a lot of mechanical problems throughout the year, so that was Grosjean's season summed up to a T.
Yeah.
But now we look ahead to this year's race. And so obviously we've had testing. We've had, obviously the little bit of drama before, but we'll probably talk about that when we get to talking about Ferrari. But we've had testing. We don't really have anything to go by, you know. First race of the season, it's usually kind of, you know, open. We're excited to see how it is. So it's the kind of most uneducated kind of guess of what might happen in the race this year. But if I'm going to go with safe bet, I think it just looks like Mercedes again.
I think we have said it in our tops, I think. You've gone Mercedes and I've gone Red Bull. It's kind of what we're feeling. You know, Red Bull are quite slow starters, but obviously Max got a podium last year. They've gone quietly under the radar. Well, for part of testing, and then they started coming out. But they've had a pretty positive start, I would say. Red Bull and Mercedes. They were dominant last season. Can't see they're dropping off. So yeah.
I think certainly Mercedes and Red Bull are probably going to be the top 2 who get off running. And that isn't necessarily because we think Ferrari won't do well, but there are a few issues surrounding Ferrari. First of all, you have the coronavirus that is obviously out of the European locations, heavily affected in Italy. So it's, you know, Maranello is in more the northern part of Italy. And it's just... Yeah, that's not great. I know AlphaTauri's team staff have definitely kind of been affected, and Ferrari have spoken about their worries and their kind of fears. And if they can't get there, I think it would see Australia become a non-World Championship round, because I don't think you could fairly have a kind of championship round where teams score points where another team couldn't get there. If Ferrari choose not to go there, then obviously that's their choice.
Yeah.
But I think that's what Ross Brawn said, if they choose not to. But if, you know, we get to the stage where it's affected it, that the teams physically can't get there due to kind of travel embargoes and, you know, restrictions on there, then, you know, it would be unfair. And so that's not a great ideal start. And then obviously the FIA statement last Friday that was very unclear, that made it seem very dodgy, that the FIA and Ferrari has come to a settlement
behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors. And then the 7 teams who aren't Ferrari powered cars decided that, you know, they would kind of put a joint statement against, you know, the FIA's and wanting kind of clearer clarity. And the FIA actually, today of recording this, which is the Thursday before the race, so this is a week before it's kind of released to you guys, because funnily enough, going to Italy, that could be fun, going to Rome.
Good luck. I may be promoted from reserve driver just to first team driver. It may just be me. The whole shebang.
It may do.
Me and Mark. We'll cover.
Exactly. It's got it all done. But no, it should be back for now. But yes, it's not the ideal start. I think basically Ferrari, it seems like, found a grey area / loophole in the rules. The FIA couldn't prove that it was illegal, but it's kind of like in legal settlements, you can, instead of going to court, you can decide to just settle.
Yeah, I'm confused. The FIA statement today did confuse me a bit, because it was like, we think they were doing something wrong, but we can't really prove it. So they just gave us a bunch of money.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound great. And the FIA haven't helped themselves whatsoever in this. But anyway, that's drama surrounding Ferrari. So you want to be in a really good space going into the season, and this really hasn't been great.
No.
You know, there's been a lot of poor press around Ferrari, and in testing, you know, people were a bit like, you know, are they off the pace? Are they struggling? You know, last year came out flying and got told they were going to win the championship. This year kind of looked like they were more sandbagging and look like people say that they're awful, so they can't really win. But I think Mercedes, Red Bull are there. In terms of the midfield, I think the real shock, like we said, pink Mercedes, the Racing Point. That's the one that kind of really feels like it could do really well
Yeah.
at the start of the season, especially in the hands of a certain Sergio Perez.
Yeah. I completely agree. Pink Mercedes, looking very quick in testing, wasn't it? See, they could take a command and lead that midfield. If they've got it spot on, then fair enough.
Especially early doors.
Yeah.
It could tail off if they choose to focus on 2021 early, but it certainly feels like they might have a strong start.
I think they've got a really good chance, if they have a positive start, of finishing 4th in the Constructors.
McLaren had the best testing out of the midfield. They had no real issues over the entire course of the 6 days of testing. They got their programs done. I think they were the 3rd highest number of completed laps. So yeah, it was pretty impressive for them. So I think
looking very good.
I think it could be a fight between maybe Racing Point and McLaren.
Yep.
Going into that.
Although I'd love to
race.
see Ricciardo again amongst that.
It would be good. If there is going to be a Renault driver, I think Ocon will take a couple of races to find his feet. So I think if Ricciardo will definitely want to kind of set this season off to a better tone than he did last season. So I think definitely on that front. I think the real one to kind of look out for, really, is going into this, is will Williams be competitive in the midfield? Will we have them back in almost a league of their own again? Or will they have bridged the gap and at least, you know, that back end is competitive fighting for maybe the last few points positions?
I can't see it. Maybe. I'm struggling though.
In fairness, the qualifying time and stuff that they had with the Williams, I think they gained almost a second and a half on their qualifying lap in Q1 from what they posted in testing. George Russell.
And they did actually complete all of testing this time.
Yeah, so they've certainly got off to a lot better start.
Yeah, they could be. I can't see them challenging for the top 10.
No.
But maybe they're challenging for...
At least they will be able to fight within race for positions.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what we're kind of hoping the best for in Williams. And I think AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo and Haas are all teams that you're not sure. Obviously AlphaTauri had a great season last year, but those teams will certainly be wanting to look an early advantage. But I just feel like Renault, McLaren and Racing Point may kind of run away a little bit from the rest of those guys.
Yeah.
They certainly have the resources to do that.
You never know if Haas though, because surely they would have spent a lot of time developing this car. You never know. They always show up at the start of the season. Well, they did last season. Kevin Magnussen coming in 6th. So yeah.
Do you want to predict your race winner?
My race winner.
I mean, I'm asking you this, but I'm pretty sure I know who's going to be it for you.
It's my boy, Max Verstappen.
And I'm going to go Valtteri 3.0. Lewis hasn't won in Australia since 2015, not one of his favourite tracks, and I am going to back the Mercedes still in this one. So Valtteri, I think he's had a good pre-season, good headspace. He's going to start off well.
3.0.
3.0. It's another upgrade. It's another update. You know, he's been quiet over the winter because he's been, you know, plugged into the mainframe, getting his
a few updates in.
Exactly.
New Windows update.
You know, a few hacks Just like give him kind of boosting performance, cheat codes for Valtteri Bottas. Oh God, we've just created a cyber Bottas. On fantasy we have Robo Kimi, and now we've got a cyber Bottas. Oh God, what have we done? But as you know, with me and Stephen, as things tail off and tend to descend into chaos at the end of things, it probably is a good way to round off with our 3 bold predictions from the weekend. So would you like me to go 3 bold, or you to go 3 bold first?
You go 3 bold.
Okay.
I still need... Okay.
First one, in the absence of Ash, I'm going to remain true to him. George Russell makes it into Q2.
I love how that has just become a bold prediction. But maybe not this season. Maybe this will be the only week.
Maybe this will be the last time that it's a bold prediction. Second one, Sergio Perez will finish 4th or higher.
Jeez, that is a bold one. The pink Mercedes. I kind of really want them to smash into those top 3 teams. Not on track, I mean scoring wise.
And the first one, there isn't meant to be any rain, but there's going to be some rain.
That's a bold prediction because he's going against scientific weather reports.
Exactly. Science in the bin. Get out of here. We don't want your science. No. But no, realistically, my third bold prediction is there's going to be a bit of rain and Kimi Raikkonen's going to win the Australian Grand Prix. Start the year. We've got to start with a Kimi bit of positivity. We've got to go for it. He's won. He's won for Alfa Romeo. The first race they've won since the 1950s, I think.
I can't believe I didn't see that coming.
See, incredible. Bold prediction.
We were just going to get the rain.
Start bold.
I feel like I'm not going to follow this up suitably though.
Yeah.
Okay, so my first one is going to be Kevin Magnussen finished 6th last year. Roman Grosjean's going to finish 6th this year.
Giving a bit of road grow love.
Yeah.
I like it.
Resurgent Haas is going to finish 6th. My second one, you went Russell to make into Q2. I'm going to go Lance Stroll to make into Q2.
Now that's just bullying. Unbelievable. That's bullying. Okay. He's got a pink Mercedes now. Of course he's going to make it into the Q2.
But he struggles. Okay, I feel that's a fair bold. I want actually Stroll to do well. I hated on him last season. I kind of want him to do well this season.
That's nice of you.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good of you.
My third one. This I was trying to think somewhere in the top field, and I'm gonna go Ocon to immediately renew his rivalry with Max Verstappen and take him out on the first corner.
Wow.
I don't want it to happen.
No, because you want him to win.
But I'm going for it.
Okay. Love it. There are bold predictions. And as always, we'd love to hear your 3 bold predictions in the comments down below. It is a bit of fun. It can be, the more ridiculous, the better in terms of it. But have some that do have some element of realism. Like, you know, it raining and Kimi Raikkonen.
They really want realistic, bold predictions.
Oh God. Yeah, there it is. This is why Ash comes in. He keeps things fairly sensible. Me and Stephen just descend into carnage.
The realistic Kimi winning the race, but none of this Lance Stroll getting into Q2. Sorry, I was not realistic on that one.
Apologies. We are sorry. But yes, and also comment down below what you think's going to do, who's going to do well in the Australian Grand Prix. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And are you excited? F1's back!
Oh yeah,
it's back.
Woo! It's the buzzword at the moment. It's back.
It's back.
I keep having to say it every video. It's back.
It's back.
It's back.
It's back. I'm an echo.
It's back.
It's back.
It's back.
Back.
It's back.
Right, okay. And yes, comment down below with that. Please ignore our kind of descent into chaos there. And if you are new around here and you've stuck around to see this car crash of an end to an episode, what can you do?
You can like. Where's my echo? I've lost my echo.
Oh, like.
You can subscribe.
Subscribe.
You can ding that bell.
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 Ding that bell. And guys, that is it for another F1 Fanatics episode. And that is your first race preview of the season. We hope you've enjoyed it. We hope you enjoyed the F1 is back. We're not going to go there.
It's back.
It's back. No,
back.
From there. But for now, you F1 fans, keep racing.